So, Donkey Kong Bonanza is out, and it's really fun. You ever play a game and you're not very far in, you're like an hour, maybe 2 hours in, and you just already know that it's going to be one of your favorite games? The rest of the game could be just a roller coaster of inconsistencies, and yet you would still be able to finish it and look back on it and say, wow, that was a really great experience. For me, that is this game right now. The rest of the game could be just a step below, and yet I can still tell right now that I'm going to be enjoying this game start to finish because the foundation that the game was built on is just so strong. I'm gonna be blunt, I am going to glaze this game. I haven't even gotten past the canyon layer. I just want an excuse to talk about it. Maybe I'll do a fully fledged video 1 or 2 years from now, but honestly, right now, this will scratch the itch better. So bear with me. It is captivating what the Odyssey team has been cooking the past few years to then finally serve us on the Switch too. One of the best parts of Mario Odyssey was just how versatile Mario's moveset was, and they somehow managed to stick that level of versatility onto a monkey with pants. DK's roll? Just as smooth as Mario's dive. You can even combo it into itself with a coyote jump. That's satisfying. His forward punch, great to combine with the roll. It feels great using that against enemies. His dive punch, his upward punch. Okay, it's a bit situational, but And if I want to do any of these things, they come out instantly. It's so snappy, so responsive. I never feel like I can't do something because I'm currently doing something else. If I want DK to do something, he's gonna do it. And this is all with just DK by himself. Give the monkey a rock and so many more possibilities can happen.
A banana!
You're supposed to just dig down here for that banana. You can grab a chunk of the world, DK doesn't mind, nobody else does. You can throw it at enemies, break open terrain with the right material, become Tony Hawk, use it as a double jump, and it just all feels so good to do. And the best part about being able to interact with the environment like this? Just breaking it. I never thought I would have this much fun just mashing the Y button for 5 minutes, but I was stuck in the tutorial level for 20 freaking minutes, just smashing stuff because it felt that good. Especially that little gold cave. Nothing but dopamine, just seeing all that yellow just take up the whole screen. And with the click of a button, it all goes to DK. So good. As for the presentation, I'm going to be the first to admit I am not incredibly educated on the technical or the art-focused side of things. I'm definitely not the guy to go to when it comes to making in-depth analysis on resolution, or anti-aliasing, or graphical detail, or texturing. The best thing I can really say is just what my own opinion is, and what my experience has been like with the game. Which is very good, because this is an opinionated piece. And in my honest opinion, the game looks good. Areas are colorful, lively, and the character models look especially detailed. And man, the way the emote is just so charming. I really don't think I can get enough of just how cheerful this game feels. DK's just a treat to watch. He doesn't punch the monkeys, he just high-fives them. And if you're next to a banana, he looks like he is just thirsting for it. This moment where he tries to get Pauline to dance and she hesitatingly joins, it was cute. Speaking of who, I was very surprised with her inclusion in this game when it was leaked, but honestly, with how musically focused the game's entire setting is, it fits perfectly. They seem to be giving her a bit of an arc as well. We knew she loved to sing back in Odyssey, so to present her as a bit more shy and reserved here, hesitant to actually dance and sing in front of others, well, I guess Nintendo does want to dip their toes into giving character arcs in Mario-related content. Especially since, as you progress, she actually seems to be getting a bit more relaxed and comfortable, at least with DK. Seeing these two just interact with each other is so wholesome. I love it whenever a little cutscene comes up, or whenever Pauline just straight up comments on something during gameplay. Quick tip, whenever you set up a getaway, always sleep on the bed. As DK naps, Pauline will have some funny little rambling quip to say. She has one for each getaway too.
Hey, DK, are you awake? You notice how fractones try to imitate all kinds of shapes? some of them look like giraffes, I think. I wonder if there are any banana-shaped fractones. Oh no. If there are, I better make sure DK doesn't eat them. Good night, DK. Bet you dreamed about bananas, didn't you?
It's just all so goofy. I like that. I want more of that. When you're actually playing the game, it's a blast going around the layer, smashing the environment, completing challenges, or progressing the story to collect Banandium gems. Think Odyssey's moons. You'll get them naturally as you progress through the story, which then allows you to get skill points and progress in a skill tree, often adding new moves or just upgrading existing ones. There seems to be quite a lot of these in a layer as well. I thought I was being somewhat thorough when I went through the lagoon layer, but turns out, once I got to the next and looked at my collection, well, I guess it wasn't nearly as thorough as I thought. There's also fossils to find, which then allow you to buy clothing with perks. I just painted DK blue because, I don't know, I felt like that'd be silly. And if you don't want to go around hunting for them and getting skill points, just buy them. They don't care. Combined with DK's moveset and just how charming everything surrounding it is, I have no initial complaints or criticisms about the moment-to-moment gameplay itself. It's just really fun. I can nitpick though. Of course, no game is perfect. Since you're almost always going into small, tight spaces, I don't even know how they would have been able to make the camera work at all times. Sometimes it'll face through the walls and let you see where the monkey is, and sometimes and with a game where practically the entire area is an interactable object, of course it's gonna push the hardware, and there will naturally be some performance cuts. I consider myself fairly good at noticing frame drops, and I can say, for the most part, it only really gets noticeable during certain scenes or under very specific circumstances, like punching up the land, making all the terrain just filling up the screen. Photo mode can often have a fairly inconsistent frame rate. Even if it's not that big of a deal, I just felt it was worth mentioning. And, yeah, whenever I'm looking at the map of the layer, not only does the layer look really rough, but the frames can dip quite a lot. Maybe the presentation was intentional, but I doubt the frame rate was. It's not unplayable, just, again, something I noticed. I've also seen clips showing parts in the game later on where the frame rate really gets tested, capping the frame rate to a more consistent 30 FPS when it really needs to. Still playable, but yeah, I imagine that'll not feel so great. On the bright side, it seems like these are, as I said, under very specific circumstances and are nowhere near a majority of the experience. As for me, I don't see it dampening my enjoyment in any significant way. Certainly nothing that made me think the game was cobbled together or anything. I really do think they gave it the proper care it deserved. Moving on to something that is more integral to the gameplay though, I'd want to suggest that you immediately go to the settings and swap the A and B buttons. I noticed I was doing a lot of claw movements whenever I wanted to punch forward and have the jump on standby, so this will help make it happen less. But yeah, I guess the only possible nitpick / criticism I could possibly have at this point, it's probably the Bananza mechanic, surprisingly enough. At the very least, it seems slow to really be hooking me just yet, at least with Kong Bananza specifically. He's basically just DK, but he can break concrete. It feels more like it's going for the big equals fun factor than it is actually shaking up the gameplay. And with how easy it is to build up the meter, I never feel like I have to think about rationing out the form, so obsidian obstacles make Kong Bananza feel more like a key to a door rather than an interesting change to DK's moveset that you need to make the most of while you're using it. I know Ostrich and Zebra in the trailers, and they seem to change how DK traverses the area rather differently. I think I just hope there's a bit more at least to Kong Bananza than just feeling like a bigger DK, cause as it stands, I only really seem to ever care for Kong Bananza whenever I need him. I'll just break the obsidian and then just go back to regular DK because, I don't know, I like playing as normal DK more, I guess. Of course, with those nitpicks said, I don't think any of them is really gonna overall impact my experience. It's clear that this is a game that, at least for the Mario franchise, is trying to redefine some old ground while simultaneously pushing for new ones. DK's redesign, a fully voiced Pauline, a seemingly revived interest in story and characterization, it's all stuff that feels new for Mario, and yet at the same time, feels like it's a return to form. Because in a way, at least when you compare Mario now to Mario in the 1990s, it kind of is. If you're on the fence, I personally think it's worth the money. If you're not on the fence or just weren't really interested to begin with, well, that's fine too. All I can ever really say is that I myself am having a lot of fun with it, and I don't see myself finishing it without looking back on it and thinking, wow, that was a really good video game. In general, I just want to keep the energy surrounding this game to be positive for as long as possible. With Nintendo's recent business decisions, it's gotten really easy to be overly critical of just about every minute thing that they do. Like as if they're the ones leading the charge into some second video game crash. In my opinion, Donkey Kong Bonanza doesn't deserve to be put under that kind of microscope. Not yet. Not when it's trying to be what Mario Odyssey was for Mario 8 years ago. A love letter to some iconic roots disguised as an awesome video game. Oh yeah, you can also mold DK's face. This is Game of the Year.